Hey, I am Desiree Cocroft, your Get Your Life coach. I am a coach, a transformation coach, a life and leadership coach, life strategist, author, and speaker. And I would love to talk to you about elevating your habits. And so the week before, I talked about engineering a plan for your life. I think it's really important to engineer the kind of plan that you desire to have to get you to the results that you want in your life and your business. And before doing that, I believe it's really important to expand who you are. So if you haven't watched those videos, go ahead and watch the videos on expanding who you are and engineering a plan for your life, because this is that third piece that's really important in this series when you're thinking about living a dynamic, bold, intentional, and effervescent life. It's important to have this third piece, which is elevating your habits. So the things that we do every day, the way that we react to life every day, really has some kind of effect on how we approach the plan of action that we have toward our goals, and just how we actually will allow the things that we desire to have to come to fruition in our life. And so I think it's important to elevate our habits when we want to elevate our life to a different place or perspective. And so one of the ways that we get to elevate our habits is increasing our faith. And so faith is really acting on what we believe. I know faith in essence is a noun, right? It is a thing, right? It is a thing that we believe about something or have great confidence about something. However, faith is nothing, or faith without works is dead, if we don't actually take action on it. And so how can we elevate our habit of increasing our faith in our ability to do a thing, or be able to see a thing come about by taking action on what we actually believe? So every day we're doing things that are either increasing our faith or decreasing our faith, or we're having experiences that are either decreasing our faith or increasing our faith. And so there's a couple things that I could go into. I don't really have time to go into it too deeply, so maybe I'll do a separate video on this. Is that how can we make sure that we're in environments that help to increase our faith? We're around people that help increase our faith, and we have daily habits that really increase our faith. So for example, one of the daily habits I have is, either journaling or meditating and praying. That helps to increase my faith. I may spend some time listening to a podcast or reading something from someone that I know has done what I desire to do or is doing what I'm doing right now. That helps to increase my faith, to be able to have an example of what is possible. And so these are some examples of how we can increase our faith. And so really figuring out, well, what would help me increase my faith, and then noticing the things that kind of bring our faith down. And so those things may be, toxic relationships or people that you're around that are really kind of being Debbie Downer, so to speak. Sorry if your name is Debbie, but just people that may, bring us down in our faith. Maybe some of the ways that we talk every day, our conversations, those things can decrease our faith as well. When it comes down to increasing our faith overall, a lot of it has to do with some of the lies that we tell ourselves that are not true. So I do this activity about the lie, the truth, and the proof. And a lot of times we are telling ourselves things that are not true at all. And we're making up stories in our head about things that are not true. And so how can we shift those stories, shift those narratives, so that we can actually believe the thing that is true, and that will help lead us to the results that we desire. So that is one way of elevating our habits, is really increasing our faith, right? And so the next part is that it's really important that we manage our energy and our priorities. So throughout the day, our energy is up and down. Sometimes we're really into doing something and sometimes we're not. So how can we manage that and notice what times a day that we actually have more energy than others, and really align our highest priorities to where our energy lies? And we can also create energy. So what the interesting thing is, sometimes we're like, oh, I only have enough energy, this time of day, but maybe you have a job that doesn't really give you the opportunity to have the energy in something that you're doing on your own, that you can actually do it during that time because you're working. And so how can you shift your energy, or help yourself create a new habit to shift your energy, so that you can have more energy during the time that you can actually do some of those side projects or some of those goals that you have outside of work, versus all of your energy is going into work. So by the time you're done with work, you have been totally depleted. So how can we manage ourselves even during our work day? How can we work smarter and not harder at work if we all are still working day jobs? how can we decrease our stress so that we still have energy available, or we can create this energy without feeling totally depleted in our after work hours or on the weekends, so that we can spend time working on our own personal goals. So really managing our energy by also managing those priorities. The biggest thing about the managing priorities is how can we choose one thing to focus on? One or two big things that we can focus on, and then all of the tasks or the small tasks that we have throughout the week are focused on just making sure those things get accomplished, and really narrowing our focus. So really creating this habit of not multitasking, but this habit of really focusing in on what matters most in a certain amount of time. So that can really help us increase our faith, as well as increase our habits, so that we can get really aligned to get into our end goal. The last thing is creating an elevation routine. What is our routine on a regular basis? I know I talked about a couple things that we could have in our daily life, but how could we make sure we have this really focused elevation routine? Now, I know there are all the things. I've read all the books, right? 5 a.m. Club, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. I've read Miracle Morning. I've read so many different books, Essentialism, all the things. I have some great book reads that have really helped me think about what my habits or my daily routines could be. And sometimes I kind of feel stressed out trying to make sure I'm doing every single thing to like make my life amazing. So I don't want this to be one of those things where it's like, oh, here's something else and I gotta create another routine. No, I want you to think about, what do you have already that works well, that works really well, that you already do, and how can you put, one thing that is a part of something that you already do, so that you can easily fold it in and it's giving you the biggest bang for your buck. So for example, I am still working on getting up at 5. I know it feels crazy for some people, but getting up at 5 is actually a really great routine, because for me, I do so much work at my day job and I travel. Getting up really early to kind of get those things off my mind around my personal business and things in my personal life really help me feel less stressed the rest of the day. And so it's really that hurdle of getting back into the habit, because I was doing it for a while and I fell off, getting back into the habit of getting up at 5. And so right now, what I made my elevation routine is my night routine. When I go to bed and have a really great night routine, I feel more refreshed and more excited about getting up at 5 than when I trash my night routine, I'm on my phone, I do whatever, and I get up late. I get up late in the morning because I'm tired, and I'm telling myself all the excuses that we tell ourselves to not do a thing, even if I'm not necessarily even tired, right? And so how can you create an elevation routine that will give you the biggest bang for your buck? That's the biggest elevation routine for me, because I'm like, hey, if I can elevate my nights, my mornings are going to be amazing, because I'm going to have less excuses, less feelings of being too tired to get up. And like today, I had a really great evening routine. And so I got up at 5 and I was like, yay, I did it. And so that's the biggest thing that I know will have the biggest bang for me, because I'll get more done. I'll get some of my personal things done, or at least if it's not actually doing tasks and work, I'll actually get some of those personal things I desire to get done, so that I'm not feeling stressed out about the rest of my day, because I've done the work to take care of myself in the morning. So some of it is not necessarily work. You don't have to work all day long, but some of this routine might actually be some of those things that you need for your mind, your body, your heart, your spirit, your soul, to really help you feel good about attacking your day. And I don't want to say attack like it's a war, but feeling good about your day. We want to feel good about our days. We want to enjoy our days, and we want to bring light and joy and effervescent energy to our days, so that we can enjoy more of our days and not versus, sometimes we are almost like, I can't believe it's the morning. It's just like, no, you know what? I thank God I woke up this morning, that I get another day to actually enjoy life. And so when we create these routines to really help elevate ourselves to a space of, self-care and what have you, it helps us to enjoy our day. So create that routine for you. And it doesn't have to be long. It can just be a few minutes. And, if you have a family or what have you, sometimes it's like, I don't know when I can get that in. Sometimes it is, great when you can do something in the morning, maybe before your kiddos have to, get off to school, or if you have a spouse, being able to, make sure your family is good. So thinking about what works best for you. And it can be something that happens at night too. That's where, mines take place, because if I don't do it at night, You know, I feel like that's the biggest one bang for my buck. It's like if the whole day is trashed because I didn't do whatever, let me make sure my night routine is intact because I've gotten great results from that. So I hope that has helpful to you to have this elevation routine for yourself. If you would like to do work with me, I love working with boss, leader, working professionals that have personal goals of starting a business or doing something ambitious that you would love to have some strategic help with. I have a lot of expertise in that service-based business field as well as nonprofit. I mean, really just helping people have a strategic plan on moving forward. So if you are working full-time and you desire to grow what you already have as a side hustle or business, or you're looking to start, would love to be able to have a conversation with you or coach you. So feel free to click the link in the chat box. I have a limited time offer right now for a one-on-one strategy session with me to help you really lay out your plans for what you desire to accomplish in your goal in your business. I do a lot of that by helping you get clear and confident about what you want to do and just thinking about what are some of those next steps. And a lot of times the way that we get clear and confident in our regular daily routines helps us have more increase in our income because we're very clear and we're very focused on our next steps. All right. So with that being said, feel free to click in the description box to have a chat with me if you want to know more about that. And this limited time offer that I have for this one-on-one strategy session is only available until Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So that'll be the last day to get it at this price. After that, I'll have a whole nother offer for one-on-one strategy sessions, and you can definitely take advantage of that, but it won't be at this price anymore. So let me know if you're interested either way, and look forward to seeing you again, and have a great day.